The reason why breathing, now it might just sound so simple. I know y'all probably thought I was going to be deep today, but it ain't even that deep today. We talking about breathing. It's something that we all have to do in order to live. Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Doing What Just Makes Sense as a mom of 8. If you're a mom that is intentional about thriving in motherhood and all other areas of life, come on in, girl. Come on. Sit down, sit on the couch, grab you a pillow, and let's talk. We're always busy. But if you're not able to sit down on the couch for a few minutes, please at least give yourself about 5 good seconds to breathe in. Hold it 3 seconds at least. And then exhale about 6 seconds. So that's about 10 seconds here. You need about 10 seconds just for yourself. Because look, you took care of them children all day. I don't know what time it is you're watching. Maybe you're getting up early in the morning. You're like, oh, I got a full day ahead of me. Take just a few minutes just to breathe. And that is what this episode number 2 is going to be about. Episode number 2, whoop whoop. If you've already watched episode number 1, thank y'all so much. Let me know in the comments. Go back to episode number 1 if you haven't. Let me know what you think. Be sure to engage. Be sure to drop tips. I want to know how have it benefited you in partnering with God and raising your children. So now we're going to be talking about breathing, right? And how important breathing is when it comes to being a mom and managing all of the many things, whether you're a business owner or your wife, or you could be even a solo parent. The reason why breathing, now it might just sound so simple. I know y'all probably thought I was going to be deep today, but it ain't even that deep today. We talking about breathing. It's something that we all have to do in order to live. So I want to just take a moment just to share why it is so important to do something as simple as breathe. Because yes, subconsciously we are breathing all of the time, breathing, and we don't even notice it because we've been doing it for so long. But then there is that moment when you have to be intentional, about breathing, right? And when we talk about the nervous system, for me personally, my gosh, anytime I feel myself overwhelmed or I'm overly anxious, I can feel a lot of pressure right here in my shoulders or either in my neck. And it's just, I can tell because it gets so tense. And every time I experience that, most of the time it's because I'm afraid of what's going to happen in the future or what's not going to happen in the future. I'm living beyond my now. I'm not content. I'm anxious. I'm trying to control things and I'm not fully surrendering. And so those are times when I'm always able to, one, relinquish control, let go and let God, and allow Him to create a safe space, be a safe space for me. He promised us that He would be in the valley with us. Even if it's a moment or a season of your life, like for me, I'm gonna be transparent. even today, I just remember just saying, like, God, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe and I don't know why. I don't feel safe and I don't know why. And I need for you to help me with this, God. I don't even know the words to pray, but I feel unsafe. And I need you to show me your hand. I need you to help me. I don't know why. And I wish I had the language for what it was that caused me to feel so unsafe. But I don't. And I'm sure God is going to give it to me. Anytime I ever talk to God about anything and I ask him questions, if it's meant for me to know, He's going to give me language, because we've been intentional about having that conversation with Him and asking those questions. I'm either going to find it it could be anywhere. I could find it in the Bible when I open my Bible. A lot of times that's where He gives me confirmation, or that's how He speaks to me. It could be in a listening prayer, whatever. After I pray and I allow Him in, His presence to fill the atmosphere, then He's able to communicate with me and I'm able to write it down. It could be while I'm having a conversation with someone God entrusts me with, or to be with me, to assist me. It could be strolling the internet. It could be anything. YouTube, anything. So, like I mentioned earlier, I was anxious. I felt myself just being overly anxious, and it was one of those moments just this morning, and I'm just like, God, I need you. I really need you. Like, this is hard, and I don't know why it's so challenging right now. And I need your strength to be made perfect in my weakness. I need you to show up, God. So even with that, God had to remind me, like, you're anxious because you're worrying about something that's to come. When I am omniscient, I already know what's gonna happen. I already know what's gonna happen because I'm the author and the creator of your life, and it's gonna be good. The plans are to prosper you and not to harm you and give you hope in the future. So if it's going to be good, you know, I'm omniscient. I'm already there. I know everything. I'm omnipresent. I ain't going to let nothing happen to you. And even in the event that something unfortunate does happen, I am in the valley with you. I'm in the valley with you. So he promised me that he's going to be in the valley with me. Oh God, I feel like I'm in this thing solo. Where you at? Where you at, God? I know you here. It's like I know you here, but I need a little. I need to feel. I don't know. If you can relate, comment below if there was ever a season that you experienced where you felt like you were a little distant from God and you felt like you really needed Him. And so, yeah, just being transparent. This morning was one of those days where I did not feel safe. I didn't feel safe, and I didn't stop praying. The month of June, our scripture was, "Be not anxious of anything, but in all things give thanks and make your requests known unto God." Praise Him when you're feeling overwhelmed. So when I think about being anxious, I think about Martha versus Mary in the Bible, right? So they were two sisters, and one of the sisters was so anxious, and she was like, "Oh my God, what we got to do? We got to serve the food. We got to make sure everything's straight because Jesus coming." And sometimes we operate as Martha, was so consumed by doing all of the things, but God was just like, "No, there is a time for that, but in this season, I need you to be Mary." She laid aside all of her performing and all of her things that she had to do, and she sat at God's feet, and she was just like, she was in admiration. She was in His presence. She wanted to be near Him. And so that is what God is calling us to do. When He says to be still and know that He is God, He do not want us to be so consumed about the millions of things that we have to do, but instead to trust Him, to have faith that He alone is enough. His grace being sufficient for us simply means that God alone is enough. So I hope that this challenged you as well to like let go and let God. You don't have to be weary, anxious, or be weary. You could surrender. You could cast your cares upon God, for He greatly cares for you. And also He will give you instructions on what to do in that process. And even then, let's gain a perspective of it's gonna be all right. Like if God allowed it, it's all good. It was good that I was afflicted. Find the beauty in it. Find the gratitude that's in you experiencing what you're experiencing. And the ultimate goal for me is to be able to laugh without fear of the future. That is the ultimate goal. Like, so whenever I can't laugh at the future because I done got myself so consumed into what's going on, then I know that it's time for me to check me. Because God never went anywhere. Why am I feeling unsafe? It is something that I have to check within myself. So the same applies for you. Whenever you're feeling unsafe, check yourself. I wanted to share that because I want y'all to know how real it is when we experience these things that require us to be affected, even in our nervous system. Breathing is one of the things that have helped me, even if it took 10 seconds of my day. That paired with, of course, standing on the Word and surrendering to God, I could immediately feel a relief when there were those moments my shoulders felt tense and tight. That where I could breathe and I could just breathe in. I think I shared it with y'all yesterday, but if you haven't already, take a moment. I know you're busy, mama, but take a moment just for you, just to breathe. Breathe in. Hold it 3 seconds and then breathe out. Let go of the anxiety, the fear, the worry, the sadness, depression. Let go of the need to control. Let go of the last thing that offended you. Let go of the fear of tomorrow. Let go of the pride, let go of the guilt and the shame, let go of the unworthiness, let go of it all. Let go of it all. Let go of it all. And just take a moment just for you. And you might need to do that about 3 more times. 3 more times. And then shortly after that, then you begin to talk to God and share with him what it is. And if you don't know what it is, ask him to help you. That is the most powerful prayer you can pray, is that God help you. He knows exactly what you need. And as you continue this journey with him, you will realize that he begins to give you language on what to pray for. You begin to pray in a different way, in a more intimate way. And that is the beauty of prayer. That's the beauty of speaking to God as well. All right. So, and another thing that I really like about breathing, this is another thing. Now, this is more of a physical benefit. If you've had any children, I don't know, like I mentioned before, I've birthed 7 children. And with that, I don't know if any of you are familiar. I'm sure some of y'all are familiar with it. If y'all are, please comment below. Abdominal separation, where the part of your body that carries the child, it begins to separate as you carry the children. And so sometimes after you have the baby, you experience a hernia, or you experience recti diastris separation, where those muscles that carry the baby weaken. And that also includes your pelvic floor as well. One of the things I do, and I've been doing this since I've had my second child, but this is about 12 years ago. I started, and I've been doing it ever since, after every child. And it's as simple as, you could be sitting down, you could be standing up, you could be in your car. Listen, I be in my car doing it. I be, brushing my teeth doing it. Like, anytime that I think about it, like, I try not to do it too often, because it's gonna make you sore, but it definitely works. There's a pouch a lot of times, no matter how hard you work out. If you had more than 1 or 2 children, there's a pouch that is left there, no matter how hard you work out. And that is because there has been a separation there. And so one of the things that this breathing exercise does is it targets those muscles that are hard to reach when you're working out, when you're doing crunches, and when you're doing exercises and all of that. So one of the things that I like to do, I turn on my Siri. I already know. If I call her, and I'll be like, do my 30-second. Come on, girl. And then I'll use those 30 seconds and I breathe in. I bring my belly button all the way back till it hurts. I'm using my belly button, and it's like you can feel it contract, right? Like I put my hand on top of it so you can see it. It's here. Hold on, let me see if I can change it though. All right, so here it is now. Whew. And then I'm gonna contract it. You see it going back? I ain't gonna put my whole belly on here, y'all. I'm just not gonna do that enough. Y'all want more information on this, y'all type it in Google. But I'm just here to give reference, and then y'all can look into it deeper on TikTok and all the other good stuff. Or if you want a detailed video, then maybe I could. But I just want to kind of give you an idea of what I'm speaking of. So you're gonna go back. It's like, some people call it stomach vacuuming, but I can feel that burn. But what I'm doing is I'm holding it there. You don't have to stop breathing, but you do have to be intentional about bringing that stomach back. Bring that belly button in. I bring it in, but that's what I do. I do that. I'm intentional about doing that. Why? Because I have had a lot of children. I might not have the advantage of going to the gym or buying the fancy equipment, but what I do have is I know how to breathe. I know how to breathe, so I can do that anywhere. That's what I love about it. No matter where you at, you can do it in your chair, sitting down. You can do it while you're laying down in the bed, on your back. You can do it while I don't know what happened to my phone. It just went off. But another thing, make sure that your posture is right. One of the things I like to do is just kind of roll my shoulders back like that. I like to roll my shoulders back. Even if I'm in the grocery store, I roll my shoulders back just to kind of help me with my abdominal area, because all of that goes together. So if you ever around me and you see me do this right here, like, it's probably because I was slouched over, because naturally when you're breastfeeding or any of that, it's just so easier. You're on your phone, it's easier to slouch over, but I roll my shoulders back, and then I try to line my ears up with, and it don't feel good at all, but that's something that I do, and I try to be intentional about doing. And so yeah, I got a long ways to go. That baby number 7, baby, he complete me. And I'll explain, but I just thought I'd share those 2 things. The comment section, how have this benefited you? Is this something that you would try? Is this something that you've already tried? I know when you heard me say breathing, it's just like, breathing, girl, what that got to do with doing what just makes sense? But no, for real. Mom of 8 raising 7 children, having birthed 7 children, breathing takes you a long way mentally. It helps me. Even with my nervous system, it helps me. It opens up the door, because now I don't have to be so, mind boggled about all the other stuff when I can think clearer, because I've taken that time just to breathe. Long story short, breathing is important for your physical as well as your mental. Sometimes with being a mom, it can be challenging because you may not have that support system that a lot of other moms have, where there's 2 active grandparents that actually get the children and give you those breaks and stuff, and they're not obligated to that. So it's just like, it's not me bashing grandparents or anything like that. It is the fact that it is some mothers that do have that luxury where they are able to have those mental breaks, or have those just breaks just to rest and woosah. A lot of us don't have that, so you have to figure out what works for you. Moments that I can use just for me, whether I'm in my shower, whether I'm brushing my teeth, whether I'm in the kitchen cooking. Listen, here's the thing. It's not going to be like that forever. There will be a time where you're able to go places and do all of the things that you see all of your fellow mamas doing. But right now, that's not your season, and you have to figure out what works for you. So yeah, I hope this has been helpful. If you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And please be sure to share it with another mom. That is what I'm hoping. And also engage. And you all are able to help better assist me with spreading some of these tips, practical as well as spiritual tips that can even help other moms. So yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This has been lovely. Until next time, bye.